How'd you score the main event? What do you think about the decision? Seems to be a lot of controversy right now.
Yeah, it's again, it's one of those controversial decisions. And let me just say this: I'm not a judge. Okay, I'm not a judge. Ben Henderson won the fight tonight. He retained his title, and that's the end of it. I know there are a lot of people that scored the fight differently, but I tell these guys all the time, if you don't like the way the judges score, don't let it get there. Don't let it get there.
So even with the controversy and the close nature of the fight, we still go forward with Nate Diaz. He's still the guy getting the next shot.
Yep, Nate Diaz is getting the next shot.
And I guess last thing on this, would the talk be in the passive? We always have to talk about Frankie at 145, but this type of fight, did it prove that he really maybe can stay at 155?
He's always proved that he can stay at 155. There's never been a case where Frankie's not good enough to be at 55. He's not tough enough to be at 55. He's not talented enough to be at 55, or that he's not even big enough to be at 55. I just think at 145 he's a monster. But he likes 55. He wanted this fight bad. We gave it to him, because I respect him so much, and he went out and he fought his ass off tonight.
And just one last one quickly, if we could. Frankie, obviously I know you were a little upset immediately afterwards, but now you had a chance to process it a little bit. What are your thoughts on the decision? Can you see where the judges are coming from, or do you feel like they really got it wrong?
Yeah, it don't really matter what I think at this point. I could, be pissed off, but it's he still got decision. It's never going to change. It's just what it is.
You were having some pretty good success with the lower kicks, the leg kicks to the calf early on, first couple of rounds, but you kind of went away from it later on. Was it conscious effort that you did that? Was that on purpose, or was that part of the original game plan?
That was a part of the original game plan going forward. We wanted to target that, get him off balance, and then capitalize, take advantage of that. I did not do a good enough job of capitalizing and getting on top of him when he was off balance. I think I landed it, 3 or 4 times, something like that. He was off balance and stumbled a little bit, and I wasn't able to quite do what we wanted to do with it.
What were your thoughts going into the 5th round, and did you think you were ahead?
I thought I was ahead. I thought that, maybe at worst it was even, and I had to win the 5th round. Again, I have the exact same sentiments as Mr. White over here. Can't leave it in the judges' decisions. You can't. You never know. I've seen some. You guys have seen some very suspect, judges' decisions. So anytime you leave in the judge's decision, doesn't matter how bad you beat the guy up, you never know. You never know. And close as our fight was, I just knew that I had to get after that 5th round and go get him.
Did you think you did enough to win the fight? With the takedowns and landing some good shots too?
Yeah, I did. I did think I did enough. I felt I pushed the pace. I felt I brought the fight to him, But here we are.
How hurt were you in that first round before you turned it around?
I was extremely hurt, especially the knee to the body. It really took everything in me to just fight through it and keep going, man. That was probably to date the worst I've ever been injured in a fight. And, just sucking it up and trying to keep my composure and keep going is all I could think.
And could you see how badly that kick hurt him?
Frankly, I thought I just grazed the top of him, so I didn't realize I connected as well as I did. So thankfully I did, and followed with the right hand. So that was, in training, that's what I was working on. He drops his hand and fades off that way a lot. So we were training that a lot.
How did you feel coming back to middleweight tonight?
I felt good. I still think I need to put on a little more weight. I only had that 4 or 5 months, so I got about halfway where I need to be. If I'm going to stay here, I need to put on about another solid 5 pounds to be able to compete with these big guys.
How did you feel about your performance as far as how you did in the ring?
So. I think Herman's a really tough, underrated guy, and I was happy to beat him. I'm bummed I didn't finish him, of course. The altitude was getting me a little bit. I had to pace myself a little more than I wanted to, but I started feeling it a little that first round, so I had to slow down a little bit, but then I was able to suck it back up and start moving. So I just need to go work, keep working on things.
As successful as you were over in Strikeforce at middleweight, do you have any feelings from that as far as if that can carry over now into the UFC and you can make a run?
Yeah, when I first fought middleweight in Strikeforce, every fight I got a little bit stronger. So I think if I get it, another 4 or 5 months to bulk up, I'll be a true. Right now I'm kind of undersized middleweight, but I'll be able to put on another 5-6 pounds, and I'll be strong as these guys, and hopefully I can fight someone who's a top contender and get my name back closer to the mix.